Good day. I am Johnny Buchterevalo and today here is my final examination. I will be discussing several major social and governance issues that greatly affect our society. These include environmental awareness and disaster preparedness, good governance, graft and corruption, unemployment and child abuse. These topics are not only academic discussion, they are real-life issues that influence our safety, economy, and future as nation. Let us begin. First of all, environmental awareness and disaster preparedness. Awareness versus action. Environmental awareness means understand how human action affect nature. However, many ecological disasters happen not because people lack information but because they fail to act. For example, people may know that throwing garbage into rivers causes flooding, yet still continue the practice. This gap between awareness and action contributes to recruiting disaster. Education should move beyond theory. Schools and communities must focus on practical activities such as cleanup drives, disaster stimulation, and sustainable lifestyle practices. When people experience the impact directly, knowledge turns into action. Number two, climate change and infrastructure. Local governments have both ethical and practical responsibilities to protect citizens from climate-related disasters. Climate change increases flooding, storm, storm surge, and heat waves. Infrastructure like drainage system and seawalls must be upgraded withstand stronger weather conditions. Failing to act puts lives in risk. Ethical governments are responsible for public safety, practically investing in disaster resilient infrastructure reduces long-term costs and prevents loss of lives properly. Number three, community-based preparedness versus top-down approach. Community-based disaster preparedness focuses on local drills, volunteer groups, and neighborhood planning. On top-down approaches, mainly on government orders and policies. Community-based programs are often more effective because local residents understand their own risks and can respond faster. Government policies are still important, but they work best when combined with active community participation. Number four. Number four, media's role in environmental awareness. Traditional media and social media play a major role in spreading disaster warnings and environmental information. Platforms like television and social networks allow fast communication during emergencies. However, misinformation and panic are serious risks. False news can cause fear or unsafe actions. Responsible journalists, fact-checking, and condition with agencies like World Health Organization and United Nations are essential to ensure accurate information reaches the public. Good governance. Number one. Defining good governance. Defining good governance. Good governance is not just the absence of corruption. It includes transparency, accountability, participation, effectiveness, and rule of law. This can be measured through performance audits, citizen satisfaction surveys, public access to information, and independent monitoring institutions, especially in developing countries. Technology and transparency. Digital technology improves transparency in government operation. Open data portals allow citizens to track public spending. Technologies is like blockchain help prevent manipulation of financial records by creating secure and transparent transaction systems. These tools increase trust between the government and the people. Citizen participation. Citizen participation allow people to voice concerns through consultation and public forums. While participation may slow decision making, it improves publicly policy quality and legitimacy. When citizens are involved, decisions are more inclusive and accepted by the public. Number 4. Role of the civil service. A professional and merit-based civil service ensures continually, despite political changes, skilled public servants maintains stability and efficiency. This system prevents favoritism and ensures that public service continue effectively regardless of leadership transition. Next is graft and corruption. Impact on development. Corruption discourages foreign investors, weakens public services, and increase wealthy inequality. Funds equality. Funds meant for education, health, and infrastructure are often misused. This slows economic growth and worsens poverty. Number 2. Individuality versus systemic corruption. Individuality corruption involves petty bravery, while systematic corruption involves powerful e- elites controlling state institutions. Systemic corruption is more dangerous because it weakens democracy itself. It, it requires institutional reforms, while individual corruption can be addressed through law enforcement and penalties. Systematic corruption is more dangerous because it weakens democracy itself. It requires institutional reforms, while individual corruption can be addressed through law enforcement and penalties. Number 3, anti-corruption tool. Anti-graft corrupts courts, ob- obus, ombudsman offices, and freedom of information laws help fight corruption. However, these tools are limited in enforcement in weak or political interference exists. Strong independence and public support are necessary for success. Number 4, cultural roots of corruption. Some social normalize corruption through practices like favor systems, long-term public education, and values formation campaigns are needed to change these attitudes. Next is unemployment. Structural versus cyclical unemployment. Structural unemployment happens when workers' skills do not match job demands. Cyclical unemployment occurs during economic downturns. Structural unemployment is more challenging because it requires retraining and education reforms. Future of work. Automatic and artificial intelligence are changing jobs. Some roles will disappear while new ones emerge. Governments and schools must invest in digital skills, critical thinking, and lifelong learning to prepare workers. Youth unemployment. High youth unemployment lead to poverty, crimes, and social unrest. Solutions include vocational training, entrepreneurship support, and tax incentives for job creation. Number 4. Minimum wage debate. Some argue that raising minimum wage increase unemployment. However, studies show that moderate increase can improve living standards without major job losses when properly managed. Next is child abuse. Underreporting and prevention. Child abuse is reported due to fear, shame, and lack of awareness. Mandatory reporting laws and community support system are crucial for early intervention. Long-term impact. Child abuse causes long-lasting emotional, psychological, and social harm. Survivors may struggle with relationship, mental health, and self-esteem in adulthood. Next is digital threats. Online exploitation and cyberbullying are growing concern. Governments must strengthen laws and work with tech companies like Meta platforms and protect children online. Lastly, state intervention versus family rights. The state must protect children from harm while respecting family rights. Intervention should occur when child safety is clearly at risk, guided by due process and welfare principles. Conclusion. In conclusion, these issues, environmental protection, governance or corruption, employment, and child safety are deeply connected. Addressing them requires responsible leadership, informed citizens, and strong institutions. As future professional and leader, our role is not only understand this issue but to actively participate in creating solutions. Thank you for watching, and this concludes my final examination presentation. Thank you.